Pregame.com.
We had the longest conference title streak in history on the line on Saturday. It's Brad Powers, Pregame.com studios, just off the Vegas Strip. We're talking the Saturday marquee game in college basketball between a pair of top 10 teams, number 8 Kansas at number 6 Texas Tech.
The last time Kansas did not win the Big 12 title, the White Sox were winning the World Series in 2005, and it looks like Kansas is probably going to win again, but it's still a little unclear. Big game against Texas Tech.
Yeah, and I'm taking Kansas here, plus the points by price, plus 3 or more, and it's all about a perfect stat in our favor for this one. Kansas, 17-0 straight up in revenge games under Bill Self in Big 12 regular season play. So let's break that down. Kansas has lost 17 times the first go-around in Big 12 regular season play. And in all 17 revenge spots for Kansas, they've won all 17 games. And why am I mentioning a straight-up streak here? It's because I expect Kansas to be the underdog in this matchup by at least a bucket or two. And that's why I like the Jayhawks in this revenge spot. Give me them, Rock Chalk Jayhawk plus the points.
Back up the truck here. Whoa. Kansas, the vast majority of these revenge games, I have to feel, were at home because Kansas almost never loses at Fog Allen prior to this year. So is it really all that applicable, that 17-game revenge stretch?
It's a great point, and actually 15 of the 17 have come at home. But let's look at this year's Kansas team. You say they've been awesome at home. This year's Kansas team hasn't. They've lost 3 home games. That's a big-time rarity, and in fact, this year's Kansas team has been better on the road than they have been at home.
Texas Tech did indeed navigate the fog when they played earlier in the year, and they won in Lawrence. What did you see in that game?
Well, effort, they really out-hustled Kansas. I saw it on the offensive rebounding. Texas Tech had 18 offensive rebounds, out-rebounded Kansas by 15. Kansas was very sloppy with the basketball. I don't expect a sloppy performance here from a Kansas team going for that Big 12 title streak.
Really was a different Kansas team early in the year. They lost to Arizona State in Fog Allen. How could that possibly have happened? Your second key handicap.
Second key handicap, but first let's talk a little bit about Kansas having some value in the futures markets. I think this is a good buy here real quickly, 18-1. It's very rare that you get a blue blood program that if they win this game could be a #1 seed. 18-1 sounds like a buy price. Second key handicap for me. Let's talk about their opponent, Texas Tech and Keenan Evans, who has been less than 100% in the last game. Got hurt last Saturday against Baylor, missed the second half. Texas Tech lost. Less than 100% on the road against Oklahoma State just the other night. They lost that game. He'll play here, but from all intents and purposes won't be 100%, and I'm not sure that'll be reflected in the line.
Yeah, you know, I have to comment. I love that 18-1. I personally bet the 20-1. How often are you going to get a program that the committee loves, that you know is going to get favorable rounding, the committee wants to give them a #1 seed and keep them close to home at odds greater than 15-1? So I love that. I also love the free roll aspect of the Evans injury. 3 things can happen here on Saturday. 1, he doesn't play. Very unlikely. 2, with this toe injury, he plays but is ineffective. We certainly see that. Again, you've got a great bet. 3, he plays and he is almost 100%, and then you get a fair bet. There's no downside.
Yeah, no question about it, and we really haven't seen it priced into the market. Look at the last game where he was much more questionable on the road against Oklahoma State, and even people were talking, well, why play him that much? You got the big game against Kansas on deck, and we saw rarely any line movement. It bounced from like 3.5 to 4. I don't expect any line movement here. Great bet on Kansas.
Yeah, this is a game I think either team could win. You're catching points. I think you got to bet KU. Let's make it official.
Yeah, let's make this official. We're taking Kansas at +3 or more here. It's all about the revenge spot for the Jayhawks. 17-0 in revenge games in the regular season during Big 12 play in the Bill Self era. And on their opponent's side, their best player, Keenan Evans, most likely less than 100%. So we get a little bit of a free roll here with the Jayhawks. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. More videos at pregame.com.